Hello, it is World Wide Web Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. Steve Sipress here. And last night, just after I recorded my daily Facebook Live video for the, well over 3 years in a row, my beautiful wife Michelle said, "Did you see it, honey?" And I was like, "What?" "The full moon. It's incredible." And I was like, "No, hadn't seen it." Working away, taking advantage of the greatest period of opportunity in the lifetime of a business owner and entrepreneur right now, working away. I didn't even look outside and see the full moon, but I did, of course. My beautiful wife Michelle told me about it, and I said, tomorrow I'm going to go out in the front, because that's the east behind me, but that's why I'm standing kind of close to the home here. And I don't know if we're on. Yeah, here we are. So I'm standing real close to the house because I don't want to get rained on. I'm under for any long-term relationship. They put in a friend request. I'm sure I do. And is that why you sent me a friend request? To pitch me on work? And, to their credit, if they're honest, they do immediately say, "Well, yeah, I'm looking for work. These are tough times, whatever." I'm like, "Ooh, or these tough times when the world is," so I respond and I'm like, why these tough times? Because for a family members, to the 1% of those people that will have some serious complications from it, or it will just accelerate the prior bad medical condition they were in. Sure, it's bad, but to business owners, entrepreneurs, this is the greatest time of opportunity in our lifetime. So it's just the wrong message to connect with me as an entrepreneur and to say, "Oh, these tough times." I'm like, well, right away you just ruined any chance of me recommending you to anybody. Why would anybody want to work with somebody who opportunity that's going on, and I got some great ideas and I got some great things that I do, blah blah blah. That's the message to an entrepreneur. So that's just what I wanted to say tonight. Make sure you know who you're talking to. If you're going to mention the doom and gloom and get all caught up in the BS scam that the government and the medical professionals and whoever are running to shut down the economy and scare everybody and all that crap, the statistics are now coming out and showing clearly it was all, flawed models. I mean, it's very similar to the whole global warming thing. It's all doom and gloom and overstating the urgency of the matter and the danger of the matter for whatever agenda they have, but it doesn't help anybody, and it scares people, and it ruins lives. And again, less than 1.001% of people or whatever has any serious issues from this thing, just like any other flu, of course. And the numbers are showing that, and everyone is already realizing how duped we've been. So that's just not the right message to an entrepreneur. The right message to the entrepreneur is, isn't this a fantastic opportunity? I can help you do X, Y, Z. If you're talking to the masses, and so this, in fact, this one case I'm thinking of, the latest one, was a copyright. I said, that's the message the BS you put into your copy. If you're writing to consumers, you say, hey, it's tough times, and I can help you, and blah, blah, blah. I know you're in fear, and whatever, because of course they are, because again, they have no opportunity. And they're, all kinds of, it's even worse working for someone now if you feel like you're being forced to work, or that you're unemployed, or go do something. But anyway, to an entrepreneur, wrong message. So a message that will attract somebody. Hey, I've seen a whole lot of people saying, hey, I'm running a stuck-at-home special. Again, mismatch. If you're talking to an entrepreneur, we're not stuck at home. I'm not stuck at home. I work from home by choice. I can work from anywhere I want, so I choose to work from home. I'm not stuck at home. You talk to somebody who has a negative attitude and is miserable and in fear and panic, and then you say stuck at home to them. So be careful of your message, because you'll attract the 9-to-5 worker who's unemployed now or laid off or wondering if his business will still be in business when he goes back to work, or whatever's going to happen, might feel like he's stuck at home. Good message to him. Completely ridiculous message to a consultant or a copywriter or any freelancer or anyone who is an entrepreneur or whatever and can run their whole business from home and chooses and loves to be at home, right? So be careful. That will repel the person. If you say to me, are you stuck at home? Or, man, how are you dealing with this panic and this horrible fear and this terrible, somebody put in a message today like, the world is dying, the world is burning, the world is on fire, everyone's dying. I'm like, there are less deaths yesterday than they were on that date a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago. There's no car crashes going on practically. The murder rates are down, car crashes are down. It came out, as if you didn't know this, that hospital workers are being told to put anyone down who dies that had the coronavirus. That was the cause of death, even if they just died with the virus, not from the virus. We're just going to count them as someone who died from the virus in the minuscule 12,000 or so people that died. Maybe it's up to 15,000 now, whatever it's now. It's a minuscule, tiny number, much smaller than a normal flu season or car crashes or cancer. I read something that said, pneumonia deaths are down, cancer deaths are down, stroke deaths are down. Gee, what do you know? Because they're all being quantified right now as coronavirus. The whole thing is a complete scam. So don't be spreading that scam to me one-on-one. That's how we'll talk to the public if we're trying to sell them on our masks or getting our takeout order, or whatever it is. We want to meet people where they are. Entrepreneurs right now, any right-thinking entrepreneur is excited unbelievably. A lot of non-entrepreneurs, and unfortunately a lot of business owners as well, are in fear and panic mode. So know who you're talking to. And if you're give a hint here how to do this. If you're using social media, sending a private message on Facebook, you could look at their feed for about 40 seconds and know which world they're living in. So again, somebody sends me a friend request and I'm going to say hello, but first I click on them and I scroll down, see what they do, where they're from, do I know them, what friends we have in common. I'm trying to figure out what's the reason for this friend request. And I'll scroll through a little bit, and if I see them all talking about, I'm wearing a mask and I'm scared to go out, and I know who they are, and pretty much I don't want to associate with them, of course. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around with, the most, as Jim Rohn said, so why would I want to hang out with someone negative and ridiculous like that? And then on other feeds, you'll see people putting up the things I just talked about, the actual truth, the actual fact that there are treatments for this, and it's not as severe as people thought, and it's certainly not as viral as people thought. And so I see where someone's coming from, then I know how to talk to them in a message, right? So easier to do than ever. Do research about somebody before you start communicating with, because be careful. A message that attracts someone will repel someone else. And this goes for not even during the pandemic times, it goes for all times. If you're looking for affluent, millionaire people, and those are the people you want to attract, the message that attracts them would repel broke people, and vice versa. A message to broke people, hey, we got the cheapest prices, will absolutely repel the millionaire prospect and say, then I don't want to buy your stuff ever. I don't want to buy the cheapest thing. So be careful. Understand who you're talking to. All right? And David is here and says, what are they then? Don't understand the question, but if you rewrite it, I'm about to finish the video. I will respond to it after. What are they then? Don't know what that means. Who's they? And then I'll answer the question. I don't know who they is. And so that'll do it. For World Wide Web Wednesday, can't see the moon. It's hidden behind the rain clouds. I'll be back tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. Thanks, David. Thanks, everyone else, for being here live. Watching on the replay, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.